to get Jorge on the line. Working on it. I'll read this while I'm waiting. Shane dropped it off. Planned Parenthood requesting additional funding. Planned Parenthood has submitted an August 5th Executive Council request for 16% funding from the taxpayers of New Hampshire. What makes this financial request even worse is this New Hampshire funding is going toward Vermont officials' salaries. This request includes funding a Planned Parenthood New England's grant writer, as well as a medical director at a salary of $208,000. Is it time for Planned Parenthood to take its hands out of the New Hampshire taxpayers' pocket? I'd say it is. It is interesting to note that while Planned Parenthood may be limiting hours because of the New Hampshire Executive Council's recent vote to decline further New Hampshire taxpayer funding, their 2014 audit and 2014 990 tell a very interesting tale. These audits show Planned Parenthood is spending $1 million on fundraising and $1.5 million on public policy influencing. Planned Parenthood, I got it, I'm reading. What? That's not it. What are you doing? Stop it. Get away from my board. Damn it. Hey, Jorge. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Skip is messing with my board. No, we had donations to pay for this board. You know, there's my board stuff. Listen, don't touch any buttons unless you're sitting in this chair.
Don't touch his junk.
Don't touch my junk. I gotta find out where. Hi, Jorge. How you doing?
I am fine, thank you.
We're having a little spat. Don't worry.
I know. I keep getting problems trying to get you calling here too. I don't know why.
Okay. So anyway, we wanted to talk about what did I write down? Sandown and Danville, Timberlane.
Yeah.
And then RSA 21J.
21J. Okay. The first one, the Sandown and Danville issue, was a suit that the selectmen of two towns asked for a restraining order from the court to stop Timberlane from using the Sandown Central School for special education center after town meeting or the annual meeting decided to remove funding for those schools. What happened was our illustrious superintendent, Errol Metzler, decided that, yeah, that's true. No is no, and no, the Sandown Central cannot be reopened because, people said no. But if you change the name, then you can do it. So
I can't believe it's not called Sandown Central anymore. We're going to open it. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's going to be a special education center. Okay, that was the basis as to what happened. So the selectmen said, hold it a minute, Sandown and Danville. They figure, now, this are the towns. Keep that in mind. Since we provide the money, we don't want to furnish. We want to withhold that money until the court tells us that we have to do it. There is a problem. That suit never got to first base. The judge dismissed it on the opening sentence, like he should, because the towns, as corporate entities, have no standing before the school board, another school district, another corporate entity. The only ones who have standing to sue the school district are the members of the legislative body, namely the voters, not the selectmen as officials.
That's interesting.
And that's what I wanted to point out to everyone, because it's a very common situation. The school board, the school district, and the town are two separate political corporations. The town is a political corporation under RSA 31:1. Every town is a body, corporate and politic, and by its corporate name may be sue and be sued, prosecute and defend in any court or elsewhere. Okay, and they are the ones who they are the only ones who can tax and collect revenue. Okay, the school boards, the school districts vote the annual budget and then send that to the selectmen to collect. The school district cannot collect money; they don't have taxing authority. Okay, and specifically, the town is authorized by 31(4) may, at any legal meeting, grant and vote such sums of money as they judge necessary for any purpose for which a municipality may act, if such appropriation is not prohibited by the laws or constitution of the state. Okay, the district is also a corporation, 194:2. Each town shall constitute a single district for school purposes. 194.2. All districts legally organized shall be corporations with power to sue and be sued, to hold and dispose of real and personal property for the use of the schools therein, and to make necessary contracts in relation thereto. Almost the same language as the towns. So that's where here you have the big difference between the two. But now you got to 194.7, assessment. The selectmen shall annually assess upon the rateable state of the district a sum equal to the amounts determined by the district, and shall pay over the same to the district treasurer. If they fail, they are guilty, and they can be fined. The selectmen have no recourse but to tax, collect the money, and send it over to the school district. So the point that I'm trying to make is a very common mistake of people, taxpayers, to think that the town can sue the school district and the school district can sue the town, for actions totally not under their purview. That's why the judge dismissed the situation, regardless of the merit of the petition.
Do you know if any taxpayers are planning to sue?
They ask for at this point. What they ask is for reconsideration. So we're there now, because the judge said he would welcome any articles or briefs if they felt that he had made or misinterpreted any of the shall I say articles or arguments that had been presented. So that's where we are right now. So right now the answer is no. You cannot do it. You have no standing.
Hey, Jorge.
Yep.
This is Skip, and thanks for coming on the show. Just listening to what the Earl of Metzler has done in the past, this is more of a case of he's not so much misinterpreting the law, he's using it as a smokescreen and just basically acting like he was a micro-present King George III. He just wants, actually he's aping the idea of what Obama has been doing, which is I want what I want, and I want it when I want it, and I'm going to do it now because that's when I want it now kind of deal, right?
Exactly. And what happens is that the superintendents and the school administrations, since they have an unlimited legal budget almost, they can really bamboozle the taxpayers into anything they want. And because of the ignorance of the taxpayers, they get away with it.
Yes, like Obama has been getting away with an awful lot, like our WTF moments of this morning where, again, Obama's EPA is just doing what it wants. But is there anything else besides just renaming the school and saying, I don't care what's gone on, we're just going to do it anyways, which... that kind of thing has happened up in my town of Guilford, where the voters said, we're not going to do full-day kindergarten, and the district decided to do it anyways.
Oh, that's different. In this particular case, it was the issue that he wanted to close Sandown Central to save money, okay? On the one hand, that's what came before the annual meeting. And then after the annual meeting, he says, oh, no, we're going to use the buildings to consolidate special education for the district. Don't forget, Timberlane is a regional school district that consists of 4 towns. So that's what he's doing. He said, okay, I'm not sense letting that building go to waste because we still have to maintain it. So we're going to repurpose it. And therefore, it's no longer subject to any actions of the annual meeting. And yes, we have money in the budget. Sure, they always carry about $2 to $4 million surplus.
And this is the kind of thing where you keep worrying about the strong man when it comes to politics or in government, where you get people like this who believe they are above the rest. It's typically the progressive model. I know what's best for you, or in this case, I know what's best for the town. I've got your money already, so I'm just going to do it. And, oh, by the way, there's nothing you can do to stop me. I mean, what's the feeling of the taxpayers that you come in contact with about this type of deal? Or is it a case, once again, where not enough people even know what's going on and they don't care because it doesn't affect them at the moment?
From what I see, from where I sit here, there is a lot of traffic in Facebook and otherwise, pro and con, but people are primarily incensed that the superintendent is behaving like you said, like a little Hitler. And instead of being open about it and saying, okay, this is what we plan to do if we close it, that he should have disclosed before the annual meeting, as opposed to after the meeting, then they're incensed that they feel powerless. So they're trying to every which way to see how they can, shall I say, curtail or restrict his actions so that they don't get, part of my language, screwed again.
Is anybody launching right-to-know requests about this? The first thing he did when he came on board was to institute a $1 per page fee on any right-to-know request. We never had that. Never. So now he has stymied that, and then he has all sorts of obstacles to get the information. That's another story. Yeah, I mean, the right-to-know request, that's how it all began. We began to get an awful lot of information. But then he really put a stop to that. In other words, he tried to cure in health. Don't forget, he came from Quincy. He was a principal in Quincy, Massachusetts. And Massachusetts politics are totally different from New Hampshire. He had no experience.
Not so much.
Better New Hampshire. Okay, and like I say to myself jokingly, I said, good thing there is no bay next to Glasgow. Otherwise, I would wear a life jacket whenever I go down to AU.
So, obviously they've come after you, Jorge. But other than you, do you see the rest of the school board?
I have no standing. I'm in Hampstead. I'm getting this from the people, the activists.
Yeah.
Donna Green and company in Timberlane.
Yeah. Now, question: what's the school board doing about this, or are they just basically the same thing that we see all over the place? With the school board, basically, is the lap dog and the rubber stamp for the superintendent.
You got it. That's exactly it.
Great.
The Timberlane School Board has circled the wagons, and they are protecting him any which way, and they are trying to squash anything that Donna Green, a member of the school board, or her husband, who was a former member of the budget committee, come out because they come out with they are the ones who have been digging out all this dirt.
Yeah, it's if you go to Donna Green's blog, I believe it's I forget the name of it now, Sandown Danville or something. Just search Donna Green, you'll find her. She's got a great blog. I mean, she is just on top of everything there. She reports everything that happens, and it's pretty impressive. We got to go, Jorge. Thanks for coming on and explaining that to us.
We missed the best one. Do you have a minute?
I don't. I have about 10 seconds.
Okay. But we have the better part to go yet about SAU not being subject to audits.
All right, we'll get to that next time then. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
See ya.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, Jorge's, thank you very much. Hopefully we'll get to this other thing. Maybe we'll have him on next weekend. We're going to be right back with Rick. Hang on.
This is Rich Gerard, host of Gerard at Large in the Morning, the Manchester area's only locally owned, locally operated, focused, and interested, riveting radio show, heard live every Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on 90.7 FM WLMW, New Hampshire Family Radio, and available 24/7 live or archived at GerardAtLarge.com. Be sure to tune in.
Grok Talk comes to you live almost every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time on New Hampshire's leading conservative blog site, GraniteGrok.com. You can also listen live at Spreaker.com. If you missed a live show, catch up with the podcast at GraniteGrok.com, Spreaker.com, on Stitcher Radio, at iTunes, TuneIn, or iHeartRadio, and now on The Rock, New Hampshire's Christian radio station, The Rock NHCR.com. Grok Talk is a mobile-ready broadcast, so you can listen anywhere, anytime on your PC, laptop, tablet, or smartphone.
Rock Talk.